To learn how to Fair Isle knit in the round, we're going to look at our chart. You can see that we've highlighted off the 2 rows that we've already done that aren't Fair Isle, and now it's time to start on the first row that has 2 colors in it. So reading from right to left, we always read from right to left when you're knitting in the round. Just each one of these squares is 1 stitch, so this is a green stitch, and a blue stitch, 3 green stitches and a blue stitch, 3 green stitches and a blue stitch, repeating all the way down the whole round. So I'm going to teach you a few ways to hold the yarn while you do that, depending on which way you already knit and how adventurous you want to be. So we're going to start with the green. We need to do 2 stitches of green. We're at the beginning of the round, so tension your yarn if you knit American style. This is the easiest way, is just to hold one yarn at a time. It's the very simple way. Okay, so we're going to knit 2, just like this, to start off with, and then it's time to knit 1 stitch with blue, so just drop that green yarn back there. That doesn't need to be there. Okay, pick up your blue yarn, get tensioned in your hand, insert your needle, and knit 1 stitch with blue. Keep that tension nice and even. We do not want to pull this really hard, okay? Just keep it nice and even. Drop that, we're done with it. Pick up the working yarn with the green, tension it in your hands, and we're going to knit 3 stitches with green. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. We're done with that. Now we just repeat that. So drop the green ball, pick up the blue ball, there it is, tension it, and just knit 1 stitch. So this is just Fair Isle knitting at its most basic, picking up the yarns as you need them, and that's totally fine while you get the hang of it. Okay. So let's do one more blue stitch here. Picking up the blue and knitting 1 with blue. Now let's take a look at the back of this work. Oops, that's even a little bit too tight. There we go. Okay, looking at the back of this work, we have what are called floats across the back of the work, right here, and right here, and right here. So these need to be stretchy enough to accommodate for the stretchiness of this fabric, right? If they're tighter at all, then the fabric, it's going to pucker in. And I'm going to go into this in more detail in the following videos and give you lots of tips, but just watch this tension. What you don't want to see is something like this, really, really tight, scrunching the stitches of the same color together, which is what most people do accidentally, right? So just keep it nice and loose. And besides, we're felting this project, so don't worry about it being loose. Like, this is loose knitting, right? We're felting it, so it's okay. All right, so again, for the American style knitters, what you can also do is hold both yarns in your fingers at the same time, like that. That's totally fine too. Now you don't have to pick any up or drop any as you go, right? So check this out. Insert the needle, and then you can, I think, let's try it like this. You can just wrap just the one around that you want, like that. We're gonna knit 3, right? All right, and insert the stitch. We've got blue in there, and you can just wrap the blue one around and catch it like that. So you can experiment to find, you know, how it's going to feel most comfortable. If you're going to drop one, if you have a lot of stitches in one color, if you're just going to keep one over like this or always like this. But you can do this and just put the one that you want on your needle. Let's see that nice and close up. There, just with the green, but carrying the blue with you so you don't have to pick it up later. There, now I've got both. Alright, now it's time for blue. Just like that. Making sure to keep these nice and stretched out, not bunched up. Alright, so along the same lines, if you knit continental style, you can hold both yarns in your left hand, like that, and just pick the color that you want. Say I want green. There we go, like that. Watch these yarns as I readjust. The blue one I'm also feeding through. And we'll go into more detail about this later, but so what I want you to work on for the rest of this round is finding out which style is most comfortable for you as you go around. You can try the different ones. I have one more to show you. Oops, lost that right there. 3 stitches, and the last one in blue. like that. Okay, the last one is if you feel comfortable both continental and American style, you can choose one yarn for each hand, like this. I think this is one of the things that a lot of you want to do when you say, I want to learn how to knit Fair Isle. This is what we're talking about. Tensioning one yarn in the left hand, like that, over, under. I mean, you can do it any way you want, like that or whatever. A lot of people do it differently. Same with the right hand, but making sure that the yarn, ooh, I can't do it that way personally. There we go. I like over, under, over, under. So making sure that the yarn comes over the top of each pointer finger, like that. Okay, so we need to do 3 green and 1 blue, like that. So basically knitting continental style, like that, 3 green, and then switching to American style for the other color. Whoops! That's called slipping a stitch. That was an accident. Okay, and wrapping around. Alright, the tension rule still applies. We don't want to be, well, I'm going to go into more troubleshooting in the future videos, but keep the yarn feeding over your finger. See it feed? Let's try this one. Watch the yarn feed right there. So I'm going to insert my needle, whoops, wrap the yarn around, and let it feed through so that it has enough room. Okay. So this is the, I don't know what we'll call it, a dual method of knitting Fair Isle. But it's really fast, and a lot of people who can knit continental and American style really like it. And I do have a video course especially on how to knit continental if you only knit American style or English style and you want to knit continental style. I have more details at knitfreedom.com on the classes page. So for the rest of this round, we're just going to do 3 green, 1 blue, all the way around, and we're going to end with 1 green. So you'll have 1 green stitch left when you come to the end of the round. So just practice which style feels the best for you and maybe which one. Let's say this one feels the best for you right now, but you want to try to do this one eventually. So you can keep in mind that those are the 2 techniques that one that's a little bit easier and one that you want to practice when you're feeling adventurous. Alright, so finish that round. We're going to come to the next round and talk about how to recognize when you've done a stitch in the wrong color and how to fix that. We're looking at your chart. That's our next video.